family. Family is the cornerstone of society. When families function, when they're actually harmonious and happy, and they raise children that are harmonious and happy with their siblings, and the parents love each other, are attracted to each other, and things are working, then everything in society is working because people are motivated to bring about change and improving the current circumstance, solve our problems, and make the world a better place. We're trying to create a circumstance where there's peace and harmony amongst everyone, which is actually possible, but only if the families work. So, is it feminine to bang women outside lifelong commitment? And the answer to that is hell yes. So let's go deep into why that is. One key word: responsibility. This is masculine. Irresponsibility is feminine, on the other hand. Why is that? You have to understand the concept of time. You've got the present now, okay? We're supposed to be in the present and enjoy the present. And the more that we enjoy the present, the more we'll enjoy life. Really? Okay. Yes, to some degree, because you have to be present, right? In order for you to enjoy yourself, etc. However, the goal is to make a world a better place, right? It's not enough to just enjoy the now, because if we're enjoying the now a little bit too much, if you know what I mean, then we're literally sacrificing the future of society as a result. We need to be wise about how we enjoy the now, which basically makes sense. And that's why you can't just binge on fast food and basically do whatever you want, sleep around, do drugs and all that stuff, because it's not going to create an amazing future. This is why you need to have an understanding of the past. What has happened in the past to other people that have done this behavior, or what happens over time when this behavior is repeated over time and creates an exponential growth curve or decline curve? We need to understand the past. If we do not understand history, we're bound to repeat it again, right? And then we have the present, fantastic, we know what that is, and then you have the future. I would like to, as a man, make the world a better place for my wife and for my children. And you should be having the same type of mindset, that women are there to enjoy the now, but men are there to make the now better. So if we understand this, that it's very irresponsible to completely exclude the past and the future from the equation and only think about the now, because do you get it? Okay, the aspect of history repeats itself, but also the fact that I don't really care about the future. Carpe diem, seize the day. Let's just do whatever we want because we feel like it. Sounds very feminine to me. However, responsibility is on a completely different other spectrum of things. You want to be responsible. When you're responsible, then you think about the past, you think about the future, and then you act accordingly in the now, and you optimize your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors independent of the circumstance of the now in order for you to make that better future happen. That in itself, I just described masculinity to you. And I'll repeat it again for those of you who haven't heard it before. Optimize your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors independent of circumstance in order for you to solve all of the world's problems. You are there to make the world a better place. And if you're not, then you're simply there to enjoy the now, which means that you're going to pretty much screw everyone over. And that's not cool, that's not good, and it makes you a low-value man. So, let's go more deeply into what causes these issues. Why is it so bad for the future to actually get yourself involved in this type of situation? Well, understand how women function. They have extremely intense emotions. Men, they have less intense emotions the more masculine they are. Now, unfortunately, we live in a society where men very often are feminine, which means that they're going to be very emotional themselves, but then you know for a fact that they're feminine, right? Masculine men, however, they are even keel when it comes to their emotions. They don't massively drastically go up and then drastically come down again, okay, like a sugar rush or whatever it is. They are extremely stable. And then sometimes they choose to be at a higher level. And then sometimes things happen in life where they're a little bit lower, but they're never on a massive emotional roller coaster like women are. And you cannot tell me that women are not emotional roller coasters, because we see you guys every single day, right? You understand how women are. And if you don't, just begin to observe a little tiny bit how women are different than men when it comes to stuff like that. Women, when they feel intense emotions about being with men, they are going to do that thing. And men will basically then say, well, since she wants to do it, and I've caused these emotions in her, then, it's consensual. And she wants to do it, I want to do it, and so why not, The problem is that she's not thinking rationally about the future. And if she is trying to think rationally about the future, she doesn't understand history of what happens to women long term who massively engage in that type of behavior. Promiscuity never created a happy grandmother or great-grandmother. Okay? Never did. And during that time frame, when a woman has drastically lost all of her value because of the intense amounts of partner counts that she had in her 20s and in her 30s, there's very few men that are able or capable of handling such a woman with the baggage that she's got and with the personality that she's developed as a result of not trusting anyone in her life, especially men. When men sleep around without lifelong commitment, they are breaching trust in all of the women that they're sleeping with. And trust is the foundation of society as well. So you can't do those things without there eventually causing a breach of trust, because the woman, when she has intense emotions, she believes that this is going to last forever. That's how intense her emotions are. And so when we as men come in there and no strings attached, friends with benefits type thing, and we're the ones who reject her, then she will basically put that baggage on top of her back, and now she's becoming more and more manly and more less nurturing, which is an extremely bad thing for her children, but especially for her man in the future. Do you think he's going to be motivated in the future when he knows that he can never top Chad? Monogamy in general makes men feminine, okay? So the vast majority of people in the world, they don't understand men of high value. They don't understand 3 in love like we do, right? So they're basically going to be stuck in the monogamous cycle of absolute misery because their relationship with their woman didn't work out or is not working, even though they're 60, 70, 50 years old, and they basically decided that they're just going to give up on romantic stuff and they're just going to stay friends and remain together. But man, what a waste, when actually we've got the science of how to be in love, stay in love, and keep that in love aspects of things right here in Men of High Value and on the Women of High Value channel. If you haven't subscribed to that one, go and do that immediately. But also here, subscribe and like. You gotta understand, it is time to be responsible. The more responsible you are, the more you are living in line with integrity. Integrity and virtue are completely and utterly masculine behaviors. And if you begin to live the right way when it comes to this principle, then you're on your way to massive, absolute huge success in your life. And the most important success is being able to control one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors independent of circumstance, and having a family that works, that functions. And why does it function? Because you lived the right way, and because of karma, you then attracted someone who's also living the right way. You'll notice if you look into the world of the people who are not living the right way, they're not attracting the top tier people into their lives that they could have had if they had lived this wholesome lifestyle that we teach here in Men of High Value. So I wanted to share this with you guys just to kind of really hammer in to help you understand why men should never ever bang any women outside of lifelong commitment. Make sure that you understand all of the principles that we teach here on Men of High Value and the Women of High Value channel. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next one.